have one question for you, just one, and be honest. Why are you afraid to make a lot of money? I'm serious. Why are you afraid to make a lot of money? Like, really ask yourself that. Like, let's get real. Let's be honest with ourselves because if you say that you're not afraid, then where's the money? So let's keep it real. This is not about effort. This has nothing to do with effort. And it's not about strategy. It has zero to do with strategy. I want you to know that this is about the money mindset blocks that you may not even realize that you have. And so we're going to get into it today because I want to ask you lovingly, but I also want to ask you as directly as possible if you're willing to tell the truth. Let's start with this. Why are you even afraid to say you want to make a lot of money? You won't even say it. Like you are afraid to even say, I want to make a lot of money. And then what do you define as a lot? Because so many of us, we are just satisfied with just enough. But let me tell you what we do. Let me tell you what we do. We sugarcoat it with these little cutesy words like abundance and overflow and wealth. Instead of just saying, I want to make $300,000. I want to make $500,000. I want to make $1,000,000. Why are you afraid to say that? Why are you scared to say that? Let me tell you what I've realized. I've realized that we've been conditioned to believe that if you want a lot of money, you're greedy. If you have a lot of money, you did something bad or you're evil and the way you got it was wrong. Or if you're broke, you are humble because poor people are godly people. God will take care of the poor. And rich people are shady. But we also think that poor people are more righteous than rich people. And even worse, we are taught that it's okay to dream and to want more for others, but not for ourselves. So we can celebrate everybody else, we can pray for everybody else, and we can be happy for everybody else, but not for ourselves. So I'm asking you right now, I want you right now to say it out loud. How much do you want to make by December 31st, 2025? Come on, be honest. Put it in the chat, put it in the comments. Let me know. How much do you want to make by December 2025? Some of you are going to say, oh, I want to make 100,000. Others are going to say, oh, 200,000, 250,000, maybe 500,000. And then you will have those others who will say, oh, I want to make $1,000,000. But if you're being really real, you don't even believe it's possible. You truly do not believe it's possible. You're just saying a number because it's exciting. So let's rewind and let's unpack this. Let's really unpack this because if you're hanging there with me, I'm going to land this plane, okay? So this is what I want you to do. And this is what I want you to think about. We were raised to prioritize needs and not wants. Listen to this. See, we've been taking care of everybody else first, and we've been conditioned to worry about what it is that we need and not what we want. And to only want nice things if it helps other people. Or we'll get nice things for other people. We'll go buy somebody else an amazing gift, and then we will penny pinch with ourselves. We will make sure that our kids have the best, but then we're walking around with holes in our socks. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to tell the truth. I want the truth. You believe you've worked hard enough to earn money. Or do you? Do you really believe you don't believe that what you do has value or more value than what you get? Because what you do has value. And then you probably believe that your income is tied to how hard you work and not so much of the impact that you create. And for those people who believe that, I want to ask you this. Let me ask you this. This is how my mind thinks. Do you believe that Elon Musk or LeBron James works harder than you? Do they work harder than you? Hmm. But you believe that your value is tied to your labor. Do they work harder than you? Hmm. Are they more valuable than you? Are they more valuable? And if you're with me live, give me a hey, what's up, what's going on? And if you're catching this in the replay, give me a hashtag replay because we're going to get to the bottom of some of these money mindset myths that we have going on. And we're going to make that switch in the system so that we can secure this bag this summer, honey. So you've been trained to prove your value over and over and over again. We're always trying to prove our value. And again, this is only for the people who can be honest with themselves. This is only for the people who can be honest with themselves. I want you to think about it out of context. So even when you're in a relationship, you believe that you have to earn love. You're always trying to do something to bring value to the relationship, value to your significant other, value to the situation. Why is that? We got to really think about that. We believe that if we do enough, we're always worried about what we bring to the table. What are we bringing to the table? And if we add enough value, I help you to do this, I do this, I do your laundry, I cook for you, I make sure you don't have to think about anything. Here is what you have to know and understand. Here's what you got to know. Your existence is enough. The right person will love you for just being you. No additional value added. You are the value. You don't have to hustle to prove that you are worthy of love or money. And a lot of us, we think that we have to prove that we are worthy of love as well as of money. And that's why we can't get to where we're trying to go because we have these blocks. So I want you to say this with me. The value that I bring doesn't equate to what I'm currently being paid. Yep. The value that I bring, it does not equate to what I'm currently being paid. And then I want to tell you it's a problem. So imagine this. Imagine this. If I came to you right now today, right now during this conversation, and this is 100% legit, and I said to you, a $300 contract to do what you're already doing. You're already working in schools. You're already doing an amazing job. You're already providing value. I want to give you a $300,000 contract. You don't have to go get any extra degrees. You don't have to go get any extra certifications. We just need you and your zone of genius. What came up for you? First of all, could you even imagine that somebody would say that to you? See, there are some people who can't even make the first leap that somebody would say that to them. The first thing they'll do is begin to doubt. No, this is fake. This is not real. They trying to get something out of me. Girl, I'm not quitting my job. I got 3 years before I retire. Why would I quit my job? Some people can't even fathom that somebody would come and pay you $300,000 to do what you're already doing with less time. And then for some people, it's going to be fear. Other people, it's going to be guilt. Some other people, it's going to be doubt. Other ones are going to start overthinking. They're going to be thinking, what will people think? Oh my goodness, I might lose some of my friends because I'm making more money than them. What will my family say? How many more responsibilities will I have? People going to start begging for the money. That's right. The real OG Teach said, I'm waiting for the offer and the check. Right. Some people are going to be thinking about the increased level of responsibility. Oh my God, if they're paying me $300,000, what's the level of responsibility? It's the same reason why teachers won't become principals and why principals won't become superintendents, because they see the money, but they don't want the responsibility. They are worried about what more do they want from me, but I understand. So let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. You've capped your cash flow. You've capped it because you've connected your money to your labor. You think that they are tied together. You think that I got to work more hours. If I'm making more money, I obviously have to work more hours. I have more responsibility. I have more people that's going to report to me. There is a connect. You believe that there's a connection between your money and your labor. But wealth doesn't live there. That's not where wealth lives. It's about impact. It's about impact. What is the impact that you're having? And if you're being honest, you already knew this, but you've been stuck in this cycle of proving, of pleasing, of playing small. And it's time to take a break from that. This is your moment this summer. This summer, declare to yourself, this summer is my moment. I am not going to keep operating the same way. Nobody else is operating the same way. We got a new administration that's operating in a different way. We got school systems that's operating in a different way. Why on earth are you the ones who are making a difference? The educators, the principals, the superintendent, the curriculum coordinators, the coaches, y'all gonna keep trying to operate the same way? That don't really make sense. I'm just saying, I'm not here to try to hype you up. I really do mean it. You do not need permission to be paid well for your brilliance. You don't need permission. You don't need to be burned out. You don't need to be broke. You don't need to be begging for your worth. You don't need to do any of that. You just need a reset. You just got to reset the way you think and the wires that are going through your head. And a new money blueprint will help you to match and get you to that next level. You got to stop playing. You got to stop settling. You got to start making you the priority instead of everyone else the priority. So let me say it as clearly as I can. This summer has to be different. We're not just hoping and praying for change. You got to create the change. This summer, we're taking a real life quest, a real live quest to shift our money mindset, to change our position in life, and to stop playing small with our purpose. We're not waiting on somebody to rescue us. That's not what we're doing. We're going to reclaim our power one decision at a time. And I'm not just leaving you with good advice or another pep talk. I'm committed to helping you. Let me tell you how committed I am to helping you. I'm inviting you to my masterclass. It's a 2-day masterclass. I'm taking time out of my schedule, 2 days in a row, not one day. And I'm not even charging the $97. I'm going to give you a code. The code is contracts, CONTRACTS. And you get it. You get the masterclass for free. It's Secure the Summer Bag. I'm going to show you how to land high paying contracts in school systems. And this is for people who don't know how to work referrals or don't have connections. These are not just recycled talking points that you can find on Google or YouTube. That's not what this is. I don't have time to play like that. That's right. The real OG, stop playing small with your purpose. I'm going to share with you the behind the scenes blueprints. Let me tell you, I done closed 83 contracts. I've lived really good for the past 9 years off of school contracts. And before that, 17 years in the school system, I was working one contract a year, making at the most during any school year was $116,000 a year. I left the school system and now I've made up to 5 times more than that, because I took a bigger risk, but it was some things I had to understand. I wasn't the person who knew a lot of principals and superintendents. I went to work, I did my job, I worked in a small system, I was good at what I do. I turned my school around, went from the bottom 5% in the state of Missouri to the 53rd percentile in less than 3 years. Monumental. Baby, I knew how to do what I do. I had to do a lot of hard work. I had to remove teachers from the building. I had to bring in new teachers. I know what I'm doing. So what did I say? I can take what I'm doing, show other principals and coach other teachers on how to be great leaders, because I knew I was a great leader. I had the evidence for that. I knew how to do that. And so I didn't have a lot of connections. And I believe that there are a lot of people out there like me who are highly talented, highly gifted, who are brilliant, and they know that they are meant for more, but they don't know how to move to that next level. So that's why I'm telling you, I'm going to give you the behind the scenes. I'm going to give you the real strategies that people never tell you, because they don't want you in the room anyway. They don't want you there, but I'm going to open the door for you. I am going to walk. I'm going to open the door. I'm going to unlock it. I'm going to sling it open. All you got to do is come in, because I know that you got the skills. I know that you have the expertise, but what's been blocking you is mindset and method. That's what you don't understand. So the masterclass is normally $97, But if you register now, use the code CONTRACTS, CONTRACTS, you'll get in for free. The link to register is attached to the live, or you can check my link tree. You can check it's in multiple locations and it's on this page somewhere. But don't wait because the code will expire. Like I said, this is not just a free something that I'm doing. This is a normal course that I offer. I'm going to give you 2 full sessions. I'm going to give you the game. I'm going to give you the opportunity to change the trajectory of your finances, of your business, and of your future. The question is, are you going to keep shrinking to fit, or are you going to show up and take a seat at the table? We just had one of our clients just yesterday won a contract, a major contract with the Baltimore City Public School System. We had another client just last week close a $53,000 contract. Receipts are on my page. I don't have to make stuff up for y'all. I done this 83 times. I've written over 300 proposals. I'm working on proposals now for myself to close $250,000 by December 31st, 2025. And you want to bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to do it? Absolutely. So let's confront this money mindset and let's finally secure the bag. Click the link, get signed up, do what you need to do, and I will see you inside the masterclass because there are contracts waiting.